Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Here's Esther's Diaries, and here we'll talk about living in Germany, working in Germany, a little bit of natural hair and a little bit of health stuff here and there. So on this video I want to outline like seven things that I really don't understand or really don't enjoy about working in Germany. Mind you, this is just my opinion. It doesn't mean that I don't want to work here. I'm going to be working here for a couple more years, I think, but these are the reasons why I might say yeah, I don't really like that. Yeah, and these are also other stuff that you could also want to consider before you move to Germany to work in Germany. May we. So before we get into this video, we're going to be doing the German word of the day. So today's word is die Pflege. Pflege is a word that means care. Okay, and that is the noun. Pflege is the noun and pflegen is the verb. So Pflege noun, pflegen verb. And for a nurse, you are also called for a male nurse, you're called a Krankenpfleger or sometimes Pfleger, or many a times Krankenpfleger. And for a nurse, you're called a Krankenpflegerin. Yeah, it's all in the spelling. So just in case you don't hear people call you Krankenpflegerin, or because it's just because it is not widely spoken. You mostly see Krankenpflegerin in your documents, on your contract or stuff like that, but on the job or on the like everyday local talk, people are most likely to say Krankenschwester for a lady and Krankenpfleger for a man. I don't necessarily like the word Krankenschwester. It feels like sick sister or something. Nah, I don't like it. I'm not a sister, I'm not a nun, don't come in. Moving over to this video. So 7 reasons why I don't so enjoy working in Germany, and my first reason would be that it is very work intensive. Like, this is a point that you cannot underestimate. If you're going to work here, you should be ready to put in the work. Now, I'm not talking about documentation work or learning work or brain work. That's what I don't like. It's not so much of brain work, it's so much of hand work. So you're carrying, feeding, pushing, dressing, cleaning. You're doing all the basics that you would have probably reassigned to a patient attendant or a nurse of a lower rank in your hospital outside Germany, or probably outside Europe, because I don't know how it is in the other countries in Europe. So yeah, I don't know, but I don't really enjoy the whole activity. I remember when I came newly, I spent 2 months working in a geriatric hospital, and after that I had back pain. As in my back hurt. My back got a whip. Oh god. Yeah, but my back suffered. So because of it, I kind of made up my mind that not me anymore. Next point would be, it's very duty based. When I say duty based, it feels like everybody has their job and everybody just goes to do it, which is very German if you ask me, because it's like there's a system that works and it works. Like every function, everybody in the hospital has their function, they just function there, and it's too much. Because I come from the third, okay, let me not say third world, I come from Nigeria, where our roles kind of have a way of being very kind of overlaps a lot. So you find a nurse going ahead to do the doctor's responsibilities in actually cases where it shouldn't probably be, but they had to and it was okay. Or you find the nurse going in to do the physiotherapist duty, or going in to do things like that. So I kind of found it a bit difficult to get into the system and understand that this is my job and this is my job. I stay on my job, I don't move from my job. And my next point is actually going to tell you why I actually found it difficult. My next point is that the work scope is a bit smaller than you actually think. So the way nurses are actually seen as you carry a lot at the same time, here it kind of reduces. It helps you as a nurse because you already have a lot happening. Like you already have too much to do. Remember, you're doing basic care, you're doing a job of basic care. But if you are a nurse who is looking forward to be advanced in your healthcare, or to advance in your knowledge or advance in your care, then it might give you a little bit of a worry, because there are some things that you might want to put your hands in and you just be told, oh, that's the doctor's job, oh, that's the physiotherapist's job, oh, that's that, oh, that's that. So you kind of don't have the opportunity to really learn on the job, kind of, if you get. You don't really get to learn the job. So if you're going to do the other responsibilities, you have to get a certificate for that. So for every additional thing, you have to get a certificate for that. I remember when I worked in the wards, and I was almost always told you're not allowed to put in venous catheters. You're not allowed to pass venous catheters. You're not allowed to give the first dose of an antibiotic. You're not allowed to give push medications. As I said, this is very particular to different hospitals. It's not the same everywhere. So in your hospital, things might be a bit different, but in mine, yeah, there are a bit limits to it. So my next point being the uniform. I don't like the uniform. Like, in no other words, I don't like it. It's not colorful, it's not stylish. I don't feel like I'm popping at my job. Okay, I just feel like I'm wearing like a uniform, uniform that doesn't look good, but good enough. We don't have to wear it outside the hospital, so it's okay. But I think most part of it is because your uniform doesn't necessarily belong to you. So there's this kind of communist thing happening in the hospital where we all use the same uniforms, we share uniforms. So when you're done wearing your uniform, you just put it in the machine or in the laundry, not the laundry machine, but like there's something we call the Wäsche automat, where you throw in put in your dirty clothes, and it sends them to the laundry for wash. And when you're ready, when you're back to work the next time, you just put your card there, and another set of uniform comes to you. And as long as you're ready, all you have to do is to put in the size that you want, or the size that you wear, and it gives you another one. So probably you're wearing a uniform that someone wore in the ICU yesterday kind of thing, or someone else wore in a different place. You know, there's this mixture, and in some cases actually sometimes you might have to share the same uniform look with the janitor. I won't say I have a problem with it. I don't say I have a problem with it, but it could be better. Okay, I'm a nurse. I feel like I'm a professional. My outlook should also be professional. I shouldn't just be looking like somebody working in the house. Not my favorite thing, but yeah. My next point will be the pay. Okay, the pay. If you're coming from a third world country, or you're coming from many other countries, even in Europe, the pay is much better than you will get there. True. But here is the problem. In comparison with the economic system in Germany, or the economic growth or level in Germany, the nurses' pay is actually low and not really so great. There's a lot going on for it. We've had strikes and meetings and sittings and discussions to help it grow. From time to time, they've added a little bit of incentives here and there to encourage nurses to keep coming to work and to keep enjoying their job, but still doesn't really, you know, it's not really enough yet. Okay, for instance, a teacher gets better paid than a nurse. An engineer might get better paid than a nurse, depending on what level of education you have. A banker is actually likely to get better paid than not. An IT person is much more paid than a nurse. And this also goes for doctors in some cases. Yeah. So healthcare professionals are not as well paid as you would expect them to be, being in Germany. Like, this is the European world power. So my 6th point would be that nursing education in Germany is kind of limited to nursing school education. Not that nursing school education isn't enough, but if there's going to be growth in any area, in any walk of life, there has to be some kind of there has to kind of be some inclusion in the university system. There has to be some kind of inclusion so that you can go ahead and get your BSc, get your master's, get your PhD, and still be able to work in the hospital setting. In nursing here, nursing care is basically done by people who do nursing school. Now there is an infusion of the nursing, of a bachelor in nursing degree, but that degree in many cases does not really cater to bedside nurses. It caters a lot more to nurses who want to work in the office, who want to work in administration and stuff like that. It doesn't mean that there are not other additional qualifications you can get. Yes, you can get other additional qualifications. Some last a year, some last 6 months. There are other qualifications here and there that you can actually garner to yourself. But the fact that it is not included in the university system kind of makes me feel like it's not very first class-ish. You still treat nursing like an apprenticeship if you don't do it. So that's why I see it that way. I am a BSc nurse. I've done my BSc, and sometimes I remember in the beginning I actually felt too qualified for the job, but after a while I'm like, yeah, we can do this. My last point is this might be very personal. This might be as a result of me being a foreigner, but many times I've had the feeling that I was being looked or down upon. This is not everywhere. Like, I've had great experiences, like really lovely experiences, some of which I've shared in my previous videos. Really lovely experiences, but there are times when I feel like, oh, you're looking down on me, which might be because of I'm a foreigner, but it's also something I experienced. For example, a doctor is talking to me and he's speaking it in ABCD. I don't really appreciate it. I'd rather be spoken to with good German, with good medical terms. But mind you, my German is still growing, so maybe the ABCD is helping right now, because so that we don't have any misinformation here and there. But I miss being spoken to in high terms and allow my brain to work. I miss being allowed to brainstorm in some issues as it concerns patient care, and not just being told what to do kind of thing. But as I said, it could just be very particular to me, being probably at the time I was still new in the station, which was very likely because I was in a Springer pool, which I will explain later, which means I was still new in that station, or you're not sure of who I was or how much qualification I've got, so you kind of just felt like you should explain it in ABCD in order for my brain to understand. But anyways, here I am, still working here. So guys, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you like it. If you do, please don't forget to click the like, click the subscribe, and check out my other videos to see what other topics I've spoken about working in Germany, especially as a nurse. So guys, to my next video. See ya. Dedicated.